What's up, everybody? Happy. Oh, it's actually way earlier than I thought it was compared with how tired I am. Happy Friday. I'll be back shortly. I'm gonna get myself a Mountain Dew to help keep me awake. So I'll be back, and then we'll get going into some Minecraft. All right, I'm back. A whole already been 2 months. Oh yeah, because it was the end of December, wasn't it? Crazy. But. Alright, see if this is gonna work for us. Hi, kiddo. My face gets very red when it switches to when it goes to my desktop screen because it's mostly black, and then it looks a lot like my start screen, except it's just my logo. So, she's slowly falling asleep. Well, time to wake up and party. Hopefully the stream doesn't do what it liked to do and crash. I've been trying to figure out internet stuff with it. The thought, again, is that it was my cord. But I did have a crash last night, so we'll see. Alright. Got a bit of work to do. Hababoop. Hababoop. Hababooey. Bababooey. Could make her fall asleep if I remembered the Bear in the Big Blue House Good Night song, but I can't remember that for whatever reason. Oh, oh wait, I've still got... I got a whole ass another stack of buckets. No. You got that basically memorized now? Oh yeah, oh that's right, but you've played the show for... I haven't watched that show since probably like 2003. Maybe even further back than that. Ooh, funky. What we can do? Oh, pig step. Wow, I actually was out of the water long enough that it started to hurt me. Crazy. Boom, 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 boom. What? Must have put it on the spot on the other side of it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. What should I put that there? Do do boom, boom. Bust a move. It works way better if I actually stack them. Then I can spam through it. Oh yeah, by the way, I haven't put anything in the chat yet because I haven't really gotten anywhere story-wise yet, but I've figured out the primary antagonist, the BBEG, if you will, for the campaign. Oh yeah, I forgot that just drags me back. So, as far as how... The thing I'm stuck on primarily is how whatever they do is gonna... How that your characters get brought into the whole thing. So, yeah. It's pretty cool. I like it. Also, going from Pigstep to... I don't know what's even playing right now, if anything. That music might have crashed for all I know. Absolutely wild, and... That's why I'm getting thrown off, because that's sitting there. Oh, there's something. Wow. Past sadness. Definitely a mood shift. There's that one, and 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 that one. But we're gonna get together soon and figure out our characters. Yeah, it sounded like you guys were planning to do that, so like, that's fine. Gonna help her since you haven't done this before. Yep. No, there is music. I can hear it. It's very, very quiet. Here, I'll prove it. So I can get real loud. Not like real loud. But it's a very quiet track for whatever reason. I couldn't tell you why it's so quiet. So, I don't know, maybe I'll bump the music volume up to... It was just... Actually, I'm gonna put it halfway between... I'm gonna just go up the next, because it goes by 5. I haven't figured out how to get the... On my PC, I haven't figured out how to get Apple Music's volume slider to move single-digit increment. Moves by 5s. So I bumped it from 25 to 30. But at 25, Pigstep was already as loud as it was, so... This song just might be really quiet. Well, it's not might be, it is. You stupid. You are you challenging me? That was. I have no reason to say with that right then, other than that just that scene popped up in my brain. Alright, we'll get that one, we'll get here, we'll get here, we'll get there, we'll get here, we'll get here, we'll get here, here. Okay. She's out! Illegal, wake her up. You're not allowed to sleep while watching this stream. I should probably stop just dumping the bucket in there. Down by the river. It's the beginning of that song. Reminded me of that. I've grabbed this and I haven't even opened it up. That was not the most crisp. Oh well. It's easy. You just take her and go, wake up! Get up! There's no time for sleeping. I can see the pockets of air I'm about to deal with. I think yes. All night party. Yeah, so basically, you stupid. Oh. 2 stones with 1 bird. Alright. Okay. Not really, though. But kinda. Yeah, not really. Yeah. So basically, right now, I'm just gonna get it so that you can... That, like, all of this is swimmable, whatever. There's no gap like that. Most of it I got left, there's a little pocket there, but it's mostly this big pocket here, I'm pretty sure. Man, one of my next houses I should build should just have like a bunch of cascading waterfalls by it. That's pretty cool. Congratulations, you finally stopped dying. So it's mostly just like a big L, I guess. And then I'll have to close this off and fix that, because I can't really do anything about that with the kelp food. Anyways, going back to the D&D thing, I kind of am hoping that you guys... I know part of it is probably, like, you guys are kind of waiting on more info about, like, this... about, like, the world to kind of help with your characters, but I actually am kind of, waiting on you guys to kind of do that, because I kind of want your character things to sort of influence the world building at least a little bit. Like, I mean, obviously it will, but like your backstories and things. So I've definitely got like a bunch of stuff already set up, but I can't just like, alright, that's cool. What a goober. Excuse me. All you know, is he always a bard when he plays a character? Well, not like always, because I know that there's been times that there was at least once he played a fighter. But I'm guessing with his other D&D group that he plays with is where he's the bard. Almost always. Well, listen, like I said, I'm not making any of you guys... I'm not making you guys choose from, like, I don't even care, honestly, to an extent. I mean, I'm assuming that outside of Cole, nobody really would, since basically the rest of the three of you are fairly new to D&D in general. Definitely Cindy, because it's literally the first time she's playing. But I was what was I say? I'm not really expecting y'all to play like homebrew classes. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm not really like expecting it. But I don't really care what classes you guys play. I just don't want you guys starting with... I don't care if you multi-class into the same class that someone else is playing later. I just... Since this is your guys' first time, I just want to give you the experience of a varied party. So that's why I've got my hard... no being the same class as another player to start out with. All bards? No, there's a chance one of us might be a bard. I mean, I don't care. Y'all can be... There's... Because so what... Just out of the official classes, right? You got fighters, monks, paladins, rangers... Okay, let's see. You got... What is this one? I think sorcerer? That's not a class. Druid. Ranger... Warlock, Paladin, Bard, Barbarian. Did they not do a fighter class for this one? They didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They didn't do a fighter, unless I'm wrong. Yeah, this is the first. This is actually the first series of the Lego collectible minifigures I can play. I tried to get the first Disney one done when they released that one, whenever that was, but I got most of them. I don't care. They both have fighter class. 2024 is just updated rules to 2014. And so I have a player's handbook. I know Cole does. I'm sure you do. And then online, I mean, you can find all the classes online. Through the official sources without paying them monies, you can only get so much info. But there's other websites that have all the information. But you got, so let's see, fighters, clerics, paladins, rogues, rangers, bards, barbarians, sorcerers, warlocks, wizards, artificers, whatever the one that Critical Role made, specifically F and Mercer made, blood something, that is now like an official. I can actually, let me bring this up over here on, okay, D&D classes. D&D Beyond, character classes for Dungeons & Dragons. D&D through the free rules, so just by going to the official website, you can build a barbarian, bard, cleric, druid, fighter, monk, paladin, ranger, rogue, sorcerer, warlock, wizard. So that's... I'm sure it's limited for subclasses and things, but that's all the ones that were in the 2014 Player's Handbook. Then there's also the Artificer that was added in Tasha's Cauldron. All the same ones I read before. Oh, I haven't looked into the Lord of the Rings role-playing classes they added. I forgot. Or rather, I didn't know. So there's more official classes. Captain, a valiant fighter and leader of others. Champion. I'd rather you guys didn't play the Lord of the Rings role-playing classes. Definitely not the races. The classes I would say let me look at them before I decide, because basically it's just the concept of the Lord of the Rings role-playing one is there's a whole different game system based on the Lord of the Rings, and then D&D made a deal to like make a D&D version of that game using the D&D game rules. So you got Captain, Champion, Messenger, Scholar, Treasure Hunter, Warden. The Illrigger Revised. That's a new class. Then Critical Role, Blood Hunter. That's the one I was thinking of. So there's 6 Lord of the Rings classes and one called Illrigger that I wasn't aware of that are all official. But yeah, Blood Hunter was the one that Critical Role made. Then all the ones from Player's Handbook 2014, which are available for free with the 2024 version, which again, I don't care which version you guys use. I just want you to tell me which one you use, because that way I can, if I need to help you guys with anything, I know which one to look at, which set of rules for that class. Because I've started using, when I make new characters for when we've been doing when we have to do one-shots and things, and someone can't make it to session or whatever. Like I made and also actually for Damien's campaign that we just started, the Goblin one, I'm using the 2024 version of the rules. There's been a little bit of discourse in my Sunday group about it, because the Druid was the one I did for a one-shot. And I remember B specifically was complaining how they didn't like that you can talk in wild shape now instead of being forced to make animal noises. Yeah, I've never sat and read through the whole Player's Handbook either version, but yeah. Drew, what's up, Random? How you been, buddy? Congratulations on the kid, by the way. I think I have not talked to you IRL since before he was born. Okay, no, okay, yeah, I hadn't heard of the Lord of the Rings thing yet. Honestly, because of the newness of most of the players, simpler the better. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, if you guys decide to use Lord of the Rings role-playing classes or the Illrigger, or the Blood Hunter, I really want to know as soon as possible, just because I don't know anything about any of those classes. I only knew one of them even existed before now. But any of the standard, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7? Yeah, any of the standard 12 plus the Artificer, which in my brain I always lump in with the standard ones anyway, even though it wasn't introduced until the Tasha's Cauldron book. Yeah, those 13 classes, free game on any of them. And whether it's 2014 or 2024, I don't care. Again, just tell me which version you end up using between the two, because then I can note that down that way. Again, any sort of help and stuff. Is she laying on you? I just seen your... You would assume that. Thanks, have a good baby so far. You're over the... He's over invading both of my streams. You wild, bud. Yep, she fell right on you. All right, let me see the picture. Let me see how funny it is. She's out like a light. That's funny. Yeah. And then also, like, I'm sure you guys, or at least you and or Cole, have had the thought of, we should probably have somebody that's playing a healing class. Well, I would say that's definitely, like, obviously always kind of ideal. I'm not gonna say you guys need to have a healer class for this, because that's part of why I want to know what classes you guys are beforehand, so I can kind of at least start structuring the stuff out too based on it. And I'll probably lean more into potions of healing and stuff in the game if there is, especially if there isn't a healer class among you. At least, ones that don't get healing until later. So, thought that by notes not necessary. Yeah, I'm not super worried. So, all right, I got another note. What a beast put. Oh, they're playing Overwatch. Okay. Anyways, all right, back to Minecraft. Bloop. All right. Pa, 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 pa. Pa, pa, pa. I can't swim through lanterns. Pa, 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 pa. Ah, we getting there. Ugh. Gonna try to put in the crib, so I won't be messaging for a bit. Is Cole still up? Crazy. He gets up. Well, I guess he's kind of used to getting like no sleep, unfortunately. Different stats. I keep feeling like I've basically got everything almost completely filled in, and then I like do this. I'm like, oh yeah, I've still got this plus a whole like side of the room there. Whew. I still got 3 more buckets on me. And you. Yay! Yay! Oh, whew. Man, going to bed actually kind of sounds good. Boop, 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 boop. I can say boop way faster and I can actually get the buckets because I suck at it. Poop. 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 A buzz, a buzz, a buzz, buzz, buzz. A wheeze, a wheeze. Talking trees way up there in the honey trees. Psst. Tigger, could you possibly buzz a little more uzz and a little less jazz? He wants more uzz. Why, sure, buddy boy. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. If there's like a early childhood show that like I could just go back and watch over and over, like I mean like what I guess most people say preschool, but the show is almost like a little more older than a preschooler one, maybe. Not really, actually. I mean, I think I watched it in preschool originally. Age. It was the like 1980s, 1990s New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh cartoon. Oh, such a good show. Also the show with what's her name? Kessie, right? I gotta look this up. Double check. Because there's two things. Am I right? I better be right. Yes! It is Kessie. 2 things in... Okay, there's actually 3 nowadays. So, Winnie the Pooh has been was a staple of my early childhood. Because my mom really loves Winnie the Pooh. So we always watched a lot of Winnie the Pooh stuff. Still love Winnie the Pooh. It's great. When they made that movie, like, 2011? When I got the DVD for it, I legit went to sleep to that movie for, like, 3 months straight. But, what makes me, like, weep, not, like, full-on cry, because I don't typically full-on cry, not like I'm afraid to admit that I do. I actually don't full on cry a whole lot. But the like the avalanche scene in the Tigger movie gets me. And then the episode of the new Winnie the Pooh Adventures, the new Adventures of Winnie the Pooh with Kessie, with Rabbit, that one gets me. And then the newer the live action one with Obi-Wan Kenobi. There was a point in that, I don't remember where it was, but just kind of like the sentiment of it made me cry. A wedding. Huh? That's the most out of pocket thing. Like, what are you talking about? You just come in and just a wedding. What? You said what makes you cry. Oh, yeah, that's true. I did cry a little bit at both of y'all's weddings. Which is great when I'm, like, the one that had to film it because of, you know, all the stuff going on, quarantine, well, not quarantine, but COVID stuff, and people not being able to make it, so that was fun. At least most people didn't notice as much at the second wedding since I didn't have to do that. You said it makes you cry. No. Well, okay. I was actually wondering when you came in and just said that, I was like, is this Cole? I actually did think that. You do realize that it's Friday, right? So it's not like I have to wake up early. Yeah, but like, I don't have to wake up early, and I still like usually go to bed around this time sometimes on Fridays just because I got up so early. So that's why I was like, oh, and also, you know, since you generally through the week don't get a whole lot of sleep, figure that you kind of like make up for it on the weekend because you can sleep in. So you know, go to bed early, wake up late. Nerd. Anyways, no, when I was talking about crying, I wasn't meaning like things in general, because yeah, like the first time I watched Milo and Otis, that made me cry. Simon Birch, that movie made me cry. I don't know why it's all movies coming to brain, but when they were going in the trash compactor Toy Story 3, that made me tear up a little bit. When Superman's dad in the Man of Steel movie was like, no, you stay there. It's apparently people really hate that and hate that scene, but that made me cry a little bit. But no, I was talking about specifically the things that made me really emotional in the Winnie the Pooh, like, oh, I still had a whole slew of buckets, huh? The Winnie the Pooh cartoons and movies. That's what I was specifically talking about. Because, you know, typically, like, they're kind of feel good, and, I mean, unless you're the kind of person that cries a lot, like, in happiness, which your wedding is... Your wedding's only exceptions, unless I was crying because we were letting you into the family. I'm kidding. It was because of, like, happiness, but... like, I feel like that's not a franchise that most people will typically, like, cry a whole lot watching. So that's like... The fact there were so many things I could be like, yeah, that specific... That got me, and that got me. That's what kind of... You just walked to that... Oh, so this is back to Liz. Hey, welcome back. Your husband just came in and harassed me, basically. I mean, what's new? Didn't work. She's up now. Perfect. Bring her back out. She can watch me, and we can all chill and have a grand old time. We can all sit here and watch me and listen to me talk about what things in Winnie the Pooh make me cry. Yeah, you ain't wrong. She's in your lap. Bah. That's right. You are a cool kid, staying up late, hanging out, watching me just pour out buckets of water. She smiled. Good. Boom, 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 boom. It was wild. I got home kind of early from work, and then kind of talk about like kind of letting your day go to spoil, just sort of like. I was like, oh, I'll get all this done tonight after work. Didn't do I did some of the stuff. Like, I was like, I desperately need a haircut, so I went and got one. So that was like my big thing for the day after work. And then, well, fine. But then I was like gonna, because it's the last day. Oh, we're gonna be in February, and I'll have to get my stats for the podcast. I was gonna work on. I recorded it like back on, I don't know, the 10th, maybe a little bit earlier. My what country music I listen to thing for that podcast. I got that recorded like halfway into the month or something, and it's like maybe halfway edited. I was gonna like get that finished, edited, and up tonight. And then when I was like, yeah, that's not gonna happen, then I was like, well, I could work on continuing to organize my music in Apple Music, which that's what I was working on when you texted me like, hey, kiddo wants to know if you're streaming. Because I was like, yeah, I'm literally just working on that, and I got it done other than right as I was finishing up, because what I was specifically doing was I was finally getting all the rest of the Red Skelton show audio, like the radio episodes, because the website that you downloaded from, which again, for anybody out there, radio broadcasts pre-1970s are in the public domain. It's not like music where it's, I think, 1924 this year. There's like several buckets left. Piglin. Where the Copyright Protection Act protects them still, they are public domain. There was a law passed in the 70s, so anything like after that for radio broadcasts is copywritten still, but musical portions of old radio broadcasts that are in the public domain though could still be under copyright because of the music, but the radio broadcasts themselves are not. Anyways, so the website that I got them from, I was trying to organize them all and figure out, like, because they had some that they didn't show like where it was in the broadcasting and all that. So I was trying to find that online. I was trying to just organize it and update the information there, because these are literal boomers putting these on the internet like 20 years ago. So the info was really awful for when you're wanting to organize things and find things and have them all under one album. Because what I used to do, and I wish you could still do, you used to be able to put in audio, upload audio into iTunes, now Apple Music, but the app, not the subscription service. And you used to be able to have it in there and have the media type be podcasts, but then they split and made the Apple Podcast its own app, and then now you can't do it. Because I have like some bonus episodes from when I used to be like a donor for a podcast I listened to for their like podcast network. I would get their bonus episodes, and since I can't have them on the podcast feed, I'd have them in iTunes and just organize them as the media type podcasts. But then now you can't do that, so now it's like with the rest of my music, and so I got to organize it that way and blah 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 blah. I asked her if you're funny. She nodded and smiled. Darn right I'm funny looking. Just asked her if she wanted to see if you were on. She nodded, so I checked. Ah. I was I was wondering when you so when Mom was making sure y'all were good because of the accident on the freeway today, and you said that your phone wasn't like showing things. I was wondering if that might be why, like, cause I just assumed until tonight that it was just like, you've been busy, because I know like you joined that drum corps and all these other things you got going on. So I was like, oh, she's probably just busy. But then you're like, yeah, my phone's not giving me notifications. I was like, I wonder if you just didn't know I was streaming. I don't know. Doesn't matter to me, but I was just like, huh. Maybe that was what was up. Which, I can't help you with your phone not giving you notifications, especially because you use an Android. So, I'm not going to know Bupkus. What in the world? Oh, okay, I did. I just like... Oh. First time I did that. Don't know what happened as soon as I opened the fan. I don't know. With me, fortunately, knock on wood, it hasn't happened in a while. But I had a time where every once in a while I would Snapchat and Facebook Messenger would both like just not work notifications wise. Like I would not get notifications from either of them. I think Snapchat was long enough ago that might have not been a problem. That might have, maybe that hasn't been a problem since. Did you just send that to both a group chat and directly to me with the same? Did you send this? Did they just send the same message with the same caption of both? No push notification, which is a weird thing. Yeah, I wouldn't get notifications for messages. The fact it's called Messenger just threw me off. I wasn't getting notifications. And so I was trying to figure that out, and basically a very similar issue. I don't know. Hadn't happened in a while, fortunately, so. Boom, 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 boom. No, 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 no. Do, 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 do. Le Gasp. Been getting notifications all night and morning, just those ones didn't. Yeah. Because when I was having issues, same thing where I'd still get notifications from, like, Facebook proper. I mean, I don't now. I specifically have turned them off. I'm not getting into that. But I would still get notifications from, like, that, or from, like, Twitter, or Twitch, or, like, everything else would just give me notifications like normal. It was just Messenger and Snapchat at various times would just, like, not give me push notifications, not have the little, with the iPhone, there's the red, like the little red with a number on the badge. I think it's called a badge on the app icon to tell you have got a notification. Which I had the options turned on. I had notifications turned on both of them. It was just eventually just updated and fixed. So. Boom, 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 boom. Ahoy there! Be sure to keep all hands and feet inside the ride at all times. Now off with ya. I can't speak Spanish because I never took it. Still wild that I got away with not taking a foreign language class in high school. I didn't, not get away is not the right word. Because I knew I didn't need one. I didn't need one to graduate, and I knew that. But the fact that I signed up for one only because Dad said that I needed one to graduate, and I'm not going to argue with that man on that. So, signed up for it. Didn't put me in it. I went, well, I tried. And that's the story of how I never took a foreign language class in school. Why are you guys on opposite ends of the thing? It's wonky as heck. Super wonky as heck. What in the heck was that noise? So somebody said that a phone call from you made me miss half of the Pirates ride at Disney. What? Hold on. I'm not remembering this. What are you talking about? How do you miss half of a ride because of a phone call? Also, no, I've got a crap memory, dude. I don't remember jack about Jack. Like, ever. Awful memory. Longer ago it happened, less likely I'll remember it. It's a genuine worry I have about a failing memory. Especially given that our grandpa had Alzheimer's, or... I don't know if he had Alzheimer's, but, like, from what everybody I've talked to said, the Parkinson's isn't what makes you have memory loss, so... Anywho. But, like, how do you miss half of a ride because of a phone call? Because you can't get on the ride halfway through, and they're probably not going to boot you off for your phone going off on the ride. Unless they did. Also, why didn't you just go on it again? Well, I guess, if depending on what group you're... I don't know. That's crazy, because I went on that ride so many times, because it's my favorite ride at the park. The one I regret not going on, there's technically two, although one of them I only regret just because they've... Actually, no, I think it's still... I think that's it. I think that's all. Oh, that must have been when I was in the gift shop. Wait. But the time I remember going into a gift shop was the year that... when I was with Mandy, because I didn't want to go on Splash Mountain. Something from a shop. Gotcha. Well, I'm sorry. I don't think you ever told me about that. Also, wild. Again, like, should have wrote it again. Love that ride. Granted, go to the... I want to go eventually when they're in much better shape. One of the very few things I actually do want to do in California is go to Disneyland. Specifically to ride the original Pirates of the Caribbean ride, because that one's got the bayou scene that is not in the Florida park. Hello? Yeah, this is going to be the really annoying part. Trying to figure out where all the... air pockets are in this. Someone's on the right, pick up, you just continue talking. So get to enjoy the entire ride. Yeah. I don't know. There's a good chance that could have been me. Because that sounds like something I would have done back then, which is a total dick move, and I feel bad if that was me. But at the same time, if I... Part of me feels like I wouldn't have. Plus, I don't remember calling anybody about a gift shop. Like, I'm trying to remember if I even bought anything on that. Like, okay, I did. Because I bought a lightsaber. I remember buying a lightsaber on that trip. But the gift shop, the time I remember going to the gift shop for Disney, specifically for anything, was at Splash Mountain. And that was the first year I went, because I went there while, after Mandy was on the ride there. I don't really remember going to... The only thing I remember about that trip is that most of the pictures most of the pictures of me on the trip from that year are gone, because my friend who I was in a group with, her camera, after we got back from the trip, her brother went and just deleted all the photos off of the camera. So they're all gone. Like, I had a picture taken with Stitch. It's gone. Fortunately, there are some photos, because one of the other classmates in my group took some photos. So there's like me with Donald in Mexico. That still exists. But like, yeah. So, think about getting would work for some. I think one of the parents. Yeah, I don't think it was me. It could be me, but I don't think it was me. I don't remember calling anybody about anything during that trip. Yeah, it was Sam. That's okay. That's such a vague thing that it's not going to be a big deal. Me answering that question, that's fine. Like, worst case scenario, her husband watches the stream. Because he sometimes watches my streams. I don't know if he ever watches them. I don't think he watches them live, because I think I have him as a mod, so I know... I theoretically would know if he would, because I would see him in the mods section. I say, even though I didn't know that Random was here until, like, he sent a message. Even though he's literally sitting on the top of my active mods. So... But I'm not terribly worried. Knew how to be just kind of person. Yeah, I mean, he didn't... I don't think he did it, like, intentionally, maliciously. It's just, like, because he's... I mean... He's him. If that makes sense. So, it is what it is. I've still got the memories, and that's what counts. I say, even though, like, literally 10 minutes ago, I talked about my issue of memories. Yeah. How? I must have went to grab water from the other side. Because you can't get it from there. Ugh. 100% didn't realize this part would be so much of a pain in the butt. Okay, I'm just gonna hold spacebar until it pockets me. So I don't know if the best thing I should probably start on the outside. I don't know. I should probably empty it with like a bucket that actually has water in it to empty. Oh, that was... Wow. I'm dumb. No? This one. No. This is so annoying trying to figure this out. Uh-huh. Okay, it's where's it moving me to? Hello? Oh, wrong button. Wait. Oh, I did it again. Yay. Prefers fist bumps over high fives. That's funny because I'm pretty sure I was at least one of the ones that showed her that. Because it was, I don't know if it was just me, if I was the first, but I was among the first that showed her that, 100%. Because it was, I think it was Coal Night, during like either Thanksgiving or Christmas. When we were like playing Magic and she was out in the room with us. I don't know. Who knows? There we go. Anywhere the water goes. Oh, I'm sitting still. It means it's good. All right, I know that the outer edge is set. Ugh. Great. Ugh. The thing, I wish there was a way to easily tell. I guess I could break all those blocks and then swim up above it, and then I could see, theoretically. Right? But I don't want to break all of them. Unless I do. Well, actually, no, because that would... It would... The issue then would run into the... lanterns. I am, however, going to eat a baked potato. Oh, excuse me. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. No? We're still going? Now we're going over this way. Where are you going? On an adventure. Alright there, Bilbo. I still need to get around to start to reread that. The problem is, I mainly want to reread The Lord of the Rings. What's the problem? One of my friends still has my copy of The Fellowship of the Ring. But, I mean, again, I could read The Hobbit first. I mean, it's close enough. I got it. I got what you were going for. Also, speaking of The Hobbit, I still need to get around to watching the, Somebody did a cut of the Hobbit movies that, like, cuts it down to just being, like, one movie. I can't remember what they called it. Oh, the amount of times I just went through air pockets are there. Man, what did they call it? I'm gonna pop up Google here. Cut no movie. The Tolkien edit. No, that's not it. There's apparently several of them out there, but there was a specific one. It's probably one of those ones, but I'm just not seeing. Clock's in at 4 hours. It's no. Nope. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe it is the Tolkien edit. I don't know, somewhere out there. It's they cut out all the stuff that they added in because, again, that book is a small book. It's like half the size of one Lord of the Rings book. Then I still also need to get around to reading the Silmarillion. But I didn't want to read that until I'd reread the Lord of the Rings. And that's why I'm just kind of stuck. Alright. Let's go back to what I was going to do, which is going around. There we go. No? Ah! Also, I wish I could remember. There was something I was going to say, and it was something while I was looking up that stuff about the Hobbit movie, it kicked off. I also still need to finish watching, this isn't it, but like I also still need to finish watching the, there's that Ralph Bakshi version of Lord of the, like it's similar to those like Red versus Blue or Deep Dragon Ball Z Abridged, where it's like a fan dub done as in like comedy of a TV show or movie, and it's the like 1970s animated Lord of the Rings movie. Wow, it kills me swimming through that like that. Oh, I'm just doing that. Whoops! That was a big gap of air. Yeah, I really do think I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to do this. Because with the blue there and being so close, it's hard to tell where it's all like that. Although, before I keep going, yeah, that's so much easier to see. Except, oh, the downside of that. Yeah. So then what happens? Let's test this out. Okay, it might be the way to go. Because I think what it's gonna do. And one of my other shulkers. I think what it's gonna do is it's gonna make that work out way easier. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I did that. I put that in the wrong spot. Daisies. Ha 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 ha. Little Lulu, I love you. You just the same. What the frick? Dude, what in the heck's going on? Yeah, good enough. I don't believe I told you you could go all the way down to there. Oh, hello. How did you get all the way over there? And how did you get all the way over here? Oh, it's the pockets that I'm literally trying to patch up by pushing them over there. That's cool. Alright, where was I at? I was over here. Oh, those are just the lamps. I was like, how did they get all the way over there? They didn't. I'm just stupid. Hello. I kind of forgot about that. Oh, the water is pulling me. The water is wide. Or however that song goes. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you. I'm still sad he never ended up playing Colm's version when we were playing Magic, because love that version. Weird, I'm not sinking. Oh, it's because I was pressing... It's because I was holding spacebar. I was like, why am I not sinking like I usually do? It's because you can fight the sinking. Go way slower by pressing spacebar. Crazy. Digging on my own. Excuse me. Yeah, this will be theoretically way easier. I didn't say... How did you think I said your name? It's probably what I said theoretically. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Stupid phone. It's just, I don't know if it's going to become so dark that I can't tell. I guess I should do... I don't know. It's hard to tell, because I know being underwater also, like, changes how the lighting works. So I don't know if that'll make it... If it'll still be visible enough with all the lanterns gone, or what. Definitely right about needing to put stuff back into the shulker box, because man, oh, I missed picking one up. How dare you? I remember now. It was very unrelated to The Hobbit, but I remember now what I was gonna say. So, what I was gonna say is something that bugs me as a 90s to early 2000s kid. Is why aren't the animated film soundtracks outside of, like, Disney and a select handful of others from like our childhoods, why aren't the actual, like, official versions available to listen to on streaming? This is like one of the issues of streaming. I was thinking about issues of streaming because I had a. It was a different song, nothing to do with that, with like animated. It was like some kind of like more hip hoppy, crunkish, not trap music. I don't know what kind of genre, but it was like a song from an artist I like, and it apparently got taken off streaming. So I was like, that's cool. Should have I hadn't gotten around to actually purchasing the track. I just like had it saved from Apple Music, so as long as it was streaming, I could listen to it. Anyways, so why aren't, and I'm sure the answer for most cases, like realistically, is sometimes like rights issues, like the cost of it outweighing having it on there. There's I'm sure there's several like valid reasons why it's not. The thing I think is most likely is just like an issue that happens from time to time, but typically it's just a song will not be available to stream from an album, usually like a soundtrack or something, because of the artist that did that track. But these are like the whole album is on there, except, so like for example, the one that comes to mind off the top of my head, Quest for Camelot, because I really love the Reaching for the Sky, I Stand Alone song. Not on there. Like, there's covers, but the closest thing we have to an official one is the Celine Dion, the Prayer. She has another version of that song from like one of her albums from after that, but it's not the version from the movie. So another one, like a one that absolutely makes me angry that it's not on there, is Anastasia. Like, I think they might have the Broadway version, which fine, whatever, but it's not the film version. But there are, that's one of the ones where there's kind of an exception. There are the music voice at the, what's the term for that? Singer? Musical voice actor, actress? Musical performer? The singing voice. The singing voice is one of the correct terms for sure. But yeah, the singing voice for Anastasia has an album of like her like greatest hits or some sort of compilation album on streaming. So a couple of the songs that she sings, fortunately, one of them being like one of the absolute number one songs from that soundtrack that I want to listen to, and it is on streaming, which is the Once Upon a December. But just the fact, like In the Dark of the Night, I can't just stream that. Like, I can, like, Jonathan Young's got a great cover of it, but it's not the movie version. It's not Jim Cummings, who, by the way, did the singing voice for Rasputin. Well, like, or like Cats Don't Dance isn't on there, or I haven't watched it, so I don't even remember if the music's any good, but I think Thumbelina's probably missing from there. Disney owns them now. I bet you that's probably right, because I bet you the soundtrack's on Warner Brothers because it was originally released in theaters by Warner Brothers. I bet you that's why. I wouldn't be surprised. But it's something I noticed when I was starting to work on, like, wanting to watch all these, like, 90s animated films, and I was like, oh man, this music was so good. Let me go listen to it. They're not on streaming. Some of them are. Again, literally all the Disney ones are. For some reason, for a while, around the time when the new Aladdin came out, I'm wondering if maybe it was to get people to just listen to the new version. Or if it had something to do with Robin Williams' estate, or him not, something with his contract from making the movie. But for a while, his versions of Friend Like Me and Prince Ali weren't available on streaming. They are now, but they weren't for a while. And I know that was around the time the movie came out because that was all the because the Disney playlists on streaming were like pushing Will Smith's versions, which admittedly like they aren't bad, but they're not Robin Williams. But like yeah, all the Disney ones are on there, pretty sure. Like Great Mouse Detective, that's there. Lion King, Mulan, Hercules, Lilo and Stitch, Treasure Planet. Although there's actually one of the songs from Treasure Planet isn't on there, I don't think. But it might just be an album version of it. Heck, even the soundtrack for The Emperor's New Groove, and that one, most of the songs were cut from the movie because it was originally when it was going to be, what was it, King of the Sun, Kingdom of the Sun, something like that. And it had Yzma had the song "Snuff Out the Light," great song. Go listen to it if you've never listened to it. Eartha Kitt is amazing, as always. But like, and there are other ones. I mean, Disney owns them now, but I mean, it wasn't Disney at the time. Fern Gully, that one's on there. The song from the Page Master, that's not on streaming. The songs from Once Upon a Forest, they aren't on streaming. I think the Swamp Princess is, but I don't know if I've ever actually watched the entirety of that movie. I'm sure I have, I just don't remember it at all. I think the song from the credits for the not the Little Mermaid, the Little Mermaid soundtrack is on there. Also, I can't believe it took until the what did they call it? It's I have several of them here. In fact, actually, oh, that's another one that's not on there. Although it's not like 90s, 2000s, but still, the Walt Disney, what was it? What did they call it? I gotta find one here. Where is one? Oh, there it is. It's actually the one I was thinking about too. Actually, I think it's a couple. I think it's a few. I think it's most of them. At least a few of them. Oh, there goes my CDs. Well, there's 3 of them. Because I've got a few of them. The Legacy Collection. And this is Beauty and the Beast, Robin Hood, and Hunchback of Notre Dame. Hunchback was not the one I thought it was there sitting there. Because I also have The Lion King and the Disneyland ones. But basically, it's like expanded versions of. They're like super special editions of the soundtracks. And in some cases, cough Robin Hood, cough. It's the first time we've ever had like some of the actual songs, the movie versions released. And in some cases, cough Robin Hood, cough. They're not on streaming like the album is, and most of the songs are, or most of the music is, like the score, but the actual songs are. Like, I'm pretty sure if I went on Apple Music, oh, it doesn't show the songs on the back, just Alan a Day. I think that's his name. But like, you can't stream. So I should probably double check, make sure I'm missing any of these suckers. Like, Not in Nottingham isn't streaming. Love, that track might be. You might be able to stream that one. I think the Phony King of England, that one probably. Oodalali, I don't know. At least Not in Nottingham, you can't stream that one. At least not on. Again, also, this is all like based on Apple Music because that's what I use to stream music. Obviously, YouTube is kind of a different beast because you got people uploading the stuff too. But like, I typically try and use when I use YouTube for music, I try and stick with the official uploads. Which isn't always possible, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so that's as far as I'm going. A little bit of it. What was it? Oh yeah. One I don't have, although I think if I get another one, because those soundtracks, by the way, are not like the most cheap. I don't remember how expensive they are, but they're like they got to be at least like $30. They might be more, and you have to like. They might not even all be available anymore. I should get the Toy Story one. I don't know why I don't have the Toy Story one. But the other one that I was what was that? What hurt me? I think I just bumped into something enough. Is The Little Mermaid. Because I love The Little Mermaid. Your stupidity? Yeah, probably. But anyways, I can't believe it took until the Legacy Collection, they started that in 2010s, releasing those. So I don't know exactly. Man, this track ain't it, dude. I know it was almost done, but I'm already over it. But the fact that it took until then to get one of the songs from the movie, granted it's a very short number, but still, it's the reprise of Poor Unfortunate Souls that Ursula sings when she's Vanessa, and like singing in the mirror on the ship during the wedding ceremony or before the wedding ceremony, which is a great track. And then I found out that it was on the Legacy version of it because it's on streaming. But yeah, man, there's so many of you guys now. There's like 5 of you. I wonder if they spawn more when there's lower light. Probably. But yeah, the Legacy Collection is really cool because... Oh, whoops. I didn't realize I already made it all the way back around. I do you. And you. But then not you. Because it'll have like demos and cut songs and stuff, or stuff like Robin Hood's got a ragtime version of Oodalali that Roger Miller did while they were working on the movie, and then it's got like a more country western version. I think it's kind of like a... Oh, it got real dark in here. I think it's more likely to be a kind of after the fact overdubbing kind of thing where they took I mean, now it would be files, but the recordings of the vocals and then just recorded new instrumentation over it. I don't think it was something from the 70s. It sounds too new. But, there's a block over there. But then there's like demos of Alan Menken and Howard Ashman performing the songs there in oh no, I didn't break it. For Beauty and the Beast, like, and then Lion King, they've got they have the song there that was like from there's a version of the movie that added this musical number called The Morning Report. They didn't even bring it's definitely not from when they originally made the movie. Because they brought in a Disney voice actor, Jeff Bennett, to sing the song. It wasn't Rowan Atkinson, and I don't think that was... Oh, no, it was. But it's pretty cool. And like the Hunchback of Notre Dame has like some demos, and then it actually has a couple of tracks from. There was an attempt at doing a Broadway version of that show, or a Broadway show for that, but it never really did much outside of Germany. So there's like an official soundtrack of it, but it's in German. Well, I don't know if the song. I actually haven't listened to the tracks yet, but the track titles are in German, so I'm assuming it's sung in German as well. Which is still cool. Okay, we're back on the side with the glass. So gotta keep a little careful with that. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, do 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 do. I wonder if they've made or will. I don't know if they're still doing that series, but they are. I think it'd be cool if they did one for Brother Bear. That's another thing. I need to rewatch that movie with the commentary, because they did a whole thing with the commentary with the moose. It's great. Like, I don't actually know the last time I watched that movie and watched the normal version without the commentary. So maybe not having the... What is going on? Hard to tell yet. Oh yeah, I should probably uncrouch so I can... It's still kind of hard to tell because I do have lanterns up on whether or not it's going to be easy or not to figure out and see where things are happening. Also, happy February. It is apparently now February. It has been for 27 minutes. Welcome to my least favorite month of the year. Why? I mean, one, I'm single, but I mean, that's not really why I don't like it. It's actually because every year, well, not every year, but a lot of years, around whenever, like, primary school, you know, K-12, has their, like, midwinter break, around that time period, I very frequently, most years, get sick. Like, get a cold. Oh, okay, that'll work. Whoops. Excuse me. Oh. Thanks. So is this the... Yeah, this is the last layer. Gesundheit. Okay, I think I am gonna need to put up lanterns around. Because Hello? Because I can't see, and I doubt I'm going to be able to see the water currents. It's so weird it won't let me play something closer. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need some lanterns around, so I can tell what's the sitch. That's another show I need to, like... I say as if I ever watch anything, anyways. That's another show I need to, like, get around to watching again. I think the last show that I watched through all the way might have been Gravity Falls. Or Chowder. Or, well... Okay, definitely not, because the last show I watched through all the way was the new Star Wars show. Obviously, but like... Oh, that's right. Okay. 10? I'm not going to be able to do 10. Actually... Oh boy. Alright. Doing what we can, what we got. Alright. Let's see. Where's the trouble spots? There's one. Oh yeah, was this what I was gonna be doing? Is that what we're doing now? I can't remember. Also, is that just how it... Let me hit another random spot. It is. It just has a big plus. Good to know. So if I hit this corner, it's gonna... Boop. And since I'm not really worried about making sure that all the levels here are flat. Oh, I can do a whole gridlock pattern. Wow. Wait a second. Nah, I can't. I effed it up. But I can fix that, actually. Just a spoonful of sugar, yada, 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 yada. Alright. I don't know what I did there, but whatever. I don't know how I ended up with full buckets. I shouldn't have. I should have had one empty because I had this spot in the corner here. So what I actually need to do is... Oop, which that one kind of... Yeah. Okay, how's it? Huh? That's where I just grabbed the... What? Huh? Whatever. That's what I was expecting to happen. Ow. Actually worked out exactly how I wanted that too. I remember then it did this whole number here with the row. Except for one spot where it did what I thought it would do. Because what I thought it would do is it would have a gap. And then there's a pad, basically like a pattern that I assumed it would be doing. Oh, here, let me see if it'll actually do it on this side. I think maybe it did what it did because of how I was accidentally pouring it in the first time. So I'll go over here where it's not connected at all. Because you do that. Although, maybe it does that because that's just the way it works. It does it just because it's the way it works. I figured, I was assuming this spot here would remain like this, where there's an air pocket, and then I would come back through and I'll hit this spot, and then it will cover that as well as this one and this one, basically kind of back and forthing with that, if that makes sense. I'm still planning on doing it that way because I think that gridlock pattern will work best for that, but now it's just kind of like making more of a gap. This project would be practically impossible though if I had not had the Respiration 3 on my helmet. I wonder if Respiration stacks if you have it on other things. Probably not. That's probably broken. That would be neat. Well, that's a lot of water. Come on. Oh, yeah. Daddy's home. Excellent. My brain just went, wow, that's giving Middle Earth vibes. It's literally because it's one of the Middle Earth and chill songs. Food, glorious food. Huh? Oh yeah. Neato. Not gonna rise to the occasion. Wait, I had a whole bucket. Dummy. Oh yeah. It's just the way to crumble cookies. Huh. Get back underwater. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. It's a musical. So help me, so help me. I cut. Wait a second. Wait a second. Have I been wasting time? Am I dumb? I'm not gonna try that anymore. Thought I forgot. My brain is like, oh, you could just like scoop it up from like while you're in the water, underwater. Not quite. Not quite there, darling. Man, that reminds me of playing the... Whoa. Reminds me of playing that game, Parsonage, as a kid all the time. Grand memories. For a second there, when it started doing the thing in that corner, I was like, did I just accidentally make it so now it's gonna just cover the whole thing and I'll be good? No, of course not, but you know. I can dream, Harold! Still covered a decent amount there. Ah, hello, Lord of the Wings. No, that's actually exactly what I wanted to do. Oh, Lord, I didn't actually do the math to make sure that's going to be how I need to do the thing. Whoa there, brother. Just take a little bit of a chill pill there. Alright, now we get to kind of do math. So, I want to do here. Although, we've kind of already covered that. Here. Here. Now I think it's going to start doing the grid lotting pattern that I assumed it was going to do. You stupid son of a... We have the meats. Why is it doing it sometimes and not other times? Very peculiar. Very peculiar indeed. Should have really, like... Maybe not, actually. I guess it really only works on this one because of that. Oh, I'm a lucky fellow. I'm a lucky boy. I got a new umbrella, and it's in pride and joy. Welcome to videos that live in my head rent-free. Or songs, I guess. Because the whole video doesn't. Some 30-minute movie. I guess that scene does. Okay, math time. So, in theory, so then be there. I'm sorry, yeah. There. Oh no! Oh no! Anyway. Stupid. Boom, 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 boom. Got there. So next spot is right here. Then it's 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 in here. Then it's right damn well there. It did it again. Oops, I did it again. It's time to try to find gravity. I'm not singing the notes right at all. Ha ha, hot potato. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hot potato. Oh. My brain. So, ha ha ha. So, ha ha ha. And of course, I ran out of the stuff just as I realized. Stop it! Ha ha ha. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that'll help because that's what was making it so my brain was just like, ugh. Okay. So you meant layer 2 is there. Which meant layer 3 it was that, meaning here, here, I yucked up. I yucked it up real bad. I don't even know. What? Oh boy, some snaps. Any good ones? Of the two people that snapped me, which ones are at work right now? He's not. He's playing League of Legends. She is. The thing where he has the thing, a little animation on there, just work, work, work. I kind of figured she would be. Because usually she works at night, because during the day she's at home with the boys. Work, 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 twerk, 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 twerk. Gotta get up, I gotta get going. I'm gonna see a friend of mine. He's round and he's fuzzy, I love him because he's just Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear. Looking for fun, chasing some honey, chasing Pooh Bear, he's out there. Rumble to money, climbing a honey tree. Fun never ends for us, we're so adventurous, at least every now and again. But when you're alone and there's nobody home, it's nice to be able to count on a friend like Pooh Bear, Pooh Bear. It's me and it's you. Silly old poo. I'm gonna watch that show again. I can feel it in me bones. There's an episode where Tigger's a detective, and there's one of my favorite lines in the whole series. He's doing an interrogation. Where were you on the night of the 47th? Dancing bears, painted wings, things I almost remember, and a song someone sings. Once upon a December, someone holds me safe and warm. Horses, ah! Ah! What? Shut up, cats. I'm busy. Me could surface any time. Me just freaks out. Horses prance over silver swan. Someone down. Alright. I'm doing this one last layer. Right? 1256? Yeah. Ads starting soon? Oh, it means I can't stop it. Too slow on doing the snooze button on that son of a gun. Son of a gun! Joby Kenobi. Do do do. I'm doing this really poorly. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. I went past it, didn't I? I sure did. That's what you call a resident idiot. There's even I can't look. I don't have the Disney Plus app on my phone, so I can't look and see. I'm not logged in on computer. That's okay. Alright. Oh. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. Really, really do appreciate it. I'm sure most of you are just getting an ad right now if you're watching on Twitch. Unless you're that one cool person that's subbed who I know isn't getting the ad because they're subbed. Or if you're one of those people that's got an ad blocker on. You can still see my dumb face, huh? Man, that must suck for you. Anyways, thank y'all so much for hanging out. Really, really do appreciate. Shut up! Who made this stupid piece of music anyway? It's gross. It was me. I made this. This is y'all get an exclusive. This is a so far unused track. It is technically a used track in the podcast because this is for my D&D podcast, but it's actually unused in the fact that I actually had to redo the instrumentation when I used it. But anyways, thank y'all so much for hanging out. Yep. Thank you to Miasmador and Little Miasmador, as well as Random 7S for hanging out in the chat there on Twitch and watching. Thank you to any lurky turkeys out there watching over on Twitch. Thank you also to Random 7S for hanging out over on YouTube, and any lurky turkeys that may have been watching over on there. I really do appreciate all of y'all. I'll probably be streaming at some point tomorrow. I don't know how long or what time, because I want to get some stuff worked on tomorrow. Although I do also not have D&D because the one of my friends is out of town for the weekend, so we're not meeting up. Actually, I think. Oh, that's right. Because one of my DMs, because I have two different campaigns that we can run on Saturdays. One of the DMs is on the other side of the state right now, visiting with friends, and then one of my other DMs and one of the other players, because they're married, they have friends that are visiting right now from out of country. Sounds so like wild, but I mean literally compared with where we live, like it's not crazy. It's like just several hours trip, get there in a day. So yeah, I'll probably be streaming at some point. There's a good chance it'll be Overwatch just because we're in February and now there's like 2 weeks to get the battle pass done, and I think I'm only a little bit past halfway to completing it. So I'm gonna put nose to the grindstone on that one, baby. So, but anyways, if you like Dungeons and Dragons, I have a D&D podcast. It's called Realms and Nerds. You can find that wherever you get podcasts. I actually did the math. Holy shit! I just realized I didn't actually talk about this yet, but I did the math. I have it somewhere. Is it on my phone? Here it is. There is, to date, over 5 days worth of content. If you sat down and started listening to the D&D podcast, it would take you 5 whole days, a whole work week. It's actually, how many hours are in a day? 24 hours. It's over 5.5 days. So it would take you over 5.5 days to get through all the content. If you want the exact number down to the seconds, there is in this it's excluding we originally were hosted on SoundCloud, and there's a file on there that's just like hey, we moved our hosting site. There's not going to be any new episodes on here because I had to pay to be able to have more than a certain amount of audio on there, and SoundCloud's mainly for music, not podcasts. Anyways, so it excludes that. It excludes anything. There's been another little like thing that we've released I deleted, but it includes the promo, which is like a 45-second thing promoting the podcast, and it includes, there's, for the season finale for our first season, there's a 30-minute recap of the whole season. And then another basically version of that's like 20-some minutes. That's just the DM of that campaign kind of going over what happened. So it includes those. Anyways, including everything that I included, it is... My phone turned off me because I have in low power mode. Here we go. 5 days, 15 hours, 12 minutes, and 17 seconds worth of content at this time for Realms and Nerds. And that covers there is... Okay, 45 plus 4 plus 2. 51 episodes proper of the first season of our first campaign called The Return of Ornan. And that does include, there's a 4-part prelude to start it out, which is very rough, by the way, our early up. Basically, anything that was released in 2018 and kind of into 2019, pretty rough quality-wise. And then there's actually one, there's one that was released somewhere in like 2019 that was actually just cut off from something released in 2018 because it was originally super long, so I cut it in half and re-released the second half. That one's also very rough. It's one of the most rough. Anyways, so yeah, there's like 51 episodes proper for that. Plus there's several episodes that tie into it. There's a one shot that very loosely connects it to our third campaign. There's several Halloween specials that have ties to it. Halloween specials, by the way, if you want to check out the podcast but aren't sure if you want to get too invested into it or jump in the middle of a story, the Halloween specials are good candidates for first time listening. The one that I think is the best balance to give you a good idea for both role playing and storytelling and all that is going to be probably the 2019 episode, or the 2024 one. 2024 doesn't have a whole lot of combat. That one's way more role play part, but it is, yeah, that the 2024 one is more serious than some of our other ones. If you want a really fun episode, a Halloween 2020 is possibly our funniest episode. The 2023 Halloween special is also pretty good for humor. I like that one. That one is kind of stylized like a Scooby-Doo cartoon episode. And then there's, I don't know, 20 some, probably 30 with a couple of the tie-ins episodes to our second campaign called the Vasanoka Adventures, which is currently still going. Same as in like that it's going, not the number of episodes, but our third season is going on. As soon as I can get around to it here, I'm going to be getting back to working on getting the fourth episode of that campaign up. So there's 3 episodes out now, technically 4 with the one that ties into it from that I mentioned earlier, but again, it's very loose that ties into it. It's more of a cameo, but it's still got the same vibe, still piratey. It's a pirate themed campaign. And there's other various episodes that don't currently tie into any of our released main campaigns, but do tie into other things we record and stuff. But it's just a good old time. If you like country music, I also have a country music podcast called Cedar Country. That one is basically on practically on an infinite hiatus. Not infinite, indefinite. I always keep doing that because I'm working on getting. I'm focusing on my streaming and getting the D&D podcast caught back up. So, but I am gonna, once I finally get it edited, that's top priority because I've already started working on it and it's supposed to be timely, and it's already late. Me going over the most listened to country music for me in 2024 is an episode I'll be releasing here within this month. Now that we're in February, it's for sure getting released. Probably, I'm trying. That's one of my big projects I'm going to be working on tomorrow, is getting that done. Unfortunately, that one doesn't take nearly as much. It's not nearly as intensive on editing as a D&D podcast, because with that, the D&D one has a lot more cutting and sound effects and music, whereas with the country music one, it's literally just I talked into a microphone and now I just got to cut out my long breaks, stutters, ums, and where I flub words and things. So, fairly simple on editing. I just haven't gotten around to finishing it. So, anyways, enough chit-chatting. Thanks again, guys. Have a great night, great day, whatever it is, wherever you're at, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Again, don't know what time exactly. Probably later in the evening is probably my best bet. But who knows? I'm just kind of winging my day tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, but anyways, thanks again, guys. Peace.